Donald Trump was sniped at during his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm sure y'all have been watching plenty of videos about the situation. An audience member was killed, and during the early stages, the media wouldn't report it as an assassination attempt, which is so brain dead because the shooter was trying to get a headshot on Donald Trump and then just barely missed.
Skimmed his ear, just brushed past him. Oh my fucking god, why couldn't it have been 2 inches in and we would have—
You're a stupid piece of shit. You're a stupid bitch.
My fellow citizens of the world, that was Noah Miller, a popular TikTok creator who wished for the death of the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, because as we're all aware, there was an assassination attempt the other day and his life was almost claimed. He narrowly escaped death. I find it so disgusting and evil that so many people are wishing for his death. You can disagree with someone politically and not like somebody, but to actually be so unhinged, to take to the internet and wish for someone's death that you don't even know, it's a new low. Noah Miller has since deleted the video because he's a coward and he doesn't want any of the smoke. This is Noah's profile. He's a he, him, his that is 21 years old from LA, and you're the problem in our society because here's the thing. If you watch the Rome series on HBO, one of my favorite series, when Julius Caesar was chasing down Pompey Magnus, his political rival, he still had respect for him. When he showed up to Egypt and House Ptolemy presented his head in a basket, he said, "This is a consul of Rome," and was outraged because we can disagree politically, but to be so unhinged that you're wishing for the death of another person, it's crazy. With one look at this kid, I can tell right away that his entire life is social media, right? So it's funny for me to see someone like this that would have this much hatred and spite for Donald Trump. Is it because he's more famous than you are? Is that why? Like, why do you not like him to that extent? Someone commented bros cooked, and his response was to make a video making a sandwich. So instead of owning up to the fact that he publicly hoped for the death of a former US president, that's his response, which you would expect a man to take accountability, but actually thinking about it more, he's a he, him, I don't know. He's a he, him, his. Here's the thing, Socks, whether you like him or dislike him, Donald Trump has done more charity for our fellow American citizens than this unhinged, entitled little brat will do in his entire lifetime. Let that sink in. And for the record, if the assassination attempt happened to Joe Biden, I would be just as enraged. Regardless of who you vote for, these men should be protected fiercely because, like it or not, they're the leaders of our country. This is our reality, and anyone that publicly roots for the assassination of either man should be held accountable. And if you're friends with people like that, you might want to reassess that friendship because these low moral, low IQ bums operate at a frequency that is so beneath us. What a crazy time to be alive. So many of these influencers are out of touch with reality, saying deplorable things like this on the internet. Have you seen the Destiny clip yet?
In case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away, whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%.
I don't even have a comment.
That's one of the most
I don't even have a comment because I'm afraid if I start, I'm not going to stop.
Don't even waste your time.
So I'm just going to let that go.
What an awful thing to say. Destiny is a streamer that is famous for being a cuck, so I doubt anyone takes him seriously in the first place. However, it seems there's a lot of people saying outrageous things on the internet and not considering the consequences. What he just said makes me sick to my stomach, and obviously as a fellow human being, you should feel bad when anyone dies. And to be honest with y'all, the worst part about what I'm seeing right now is that it's not just out of touch influencers, it's also normal people. If they get fired, I say good because it shows a lack of discipline, and there's plenty of people that are emotionally mature enough to not act like complete psychopaths on the internet. So, side note, I saw this report breaking: the Trump rally attendee who was murdered yesterday by Matthew Crooks has been identified as Corey Comparator. A family member has released a statement on their Facebook page about the situation. Prayers up for Corey and his family. Allison wrote, "Yesterday time stopped, and when it started again, my family and I started living a real-life nightmare. What was supposed to be an exciting day that we had all looked forward to, especially my dad, turned into the most traumatizing experiences someone could imagine. I know the media will cover this event, and I'm going to try my best to stay away from looking at everything, especially because I've already seen and lived through it in real time. But I want everyone to know what the media will not cover and will not say about him. He was the best dad a girl could ever ask for. My sister and I never never needed for anything. You call, he would answer, and he would do whatever it is you needed. And if he didn't know how, he would figure it out. He could talk and make friends with anyone, which he was doing all day yesterday and loved every minute of it. He was a man of God. Jesus loved fiercely and also looked after our church and our family members. The media will not tell you that he died a real-life superhero. They are not going to tell you how quickly he threw my mom and I to the ground. They are not going to tell you that he shielded my body from the bullet that came at us. He loved his family. He truly loved us enough to take a real bullet for us, and I want nothing more than to cry on him and tell him thank you. I want nothing more than to wake up and for this to not be reality for me and my family. We lost a selfless, loving husband, father, brother, uncle, son, and friend, and I will never stop thinking about him and mourning over him until the day that I die too. July 13th will forever be a day that changed my life. I will never be the same person I was less than 24 hours ago. There are a lot of children out there that say their dad is their hero, but my dad really is mine. I don't think I would be here today without him. Dad, I love you so much that there aren't enough words to express how deep that love goes. I know that you'll give heaven some hell. I know that God is proud of the man that has come to his gates yesterday. Prayers go out to her and her family and, you know, him, his soul. I'm like tearing up, man, because I think about me, my family. I love my dad so much. I love my mom so much. I love my brother. I love my whole family. And it is so scary and terrible for the entire crowd. You know, I was born and raised in Las Vegas. And when the shooting happened at that country music concert, I have friends that were separated from their wife, and their wife was pregnant with their unborn child. You know, it's such a traumatic experience. And my prayers go out to the entire crowd as well, to Donald Trump and his family and everyone that was affected from this. And man, it's just going back to what I was saying originally, right? You got real casualties. Why don't you make a TikTok about that? You know, you're talking about wishing someone death. It's just so sad what has become of this world, and people are so out of touch with reality. And I don't care where you're at politically, we can all come together and say that this is awful. There's a lot of people making memes about it, and to be honest, there are some funny memes. The ones with 50 Cent are hilarious. I saw someone made an entire rap song to a 50 Cent song, and I thought that that was really funny, so I posted on Instagram. But, you know, let's not forget that this is real and there were real casualties. Occasionally, I'll see some comments saying things like, don't get political. I understand that. We've created a really dope space where we review these TV shows together and laugh, and it's all jokes. What I'm talking about affects both sides, affects everyone, because it's immoral versus moral. And I have to talk about what is morally right, regardless of whether that's a controversial topic or not, because I've always been that way. You guys know that. And this is what I believe, and this video will not be deleted. I'm not a coward. I'm not going to go back on anything I say, because everything I say I believe wholeheartedly. And if you disagree with me, that's okay. Let me know in the comments. I'm not going to delete any comments. I'm not a puss. It's all good. The next videos are going to be about reality TV shows that we cover. It's going to be lighthearted. We're going to clown on the NPCs together. I just needed to come on here and say what needed to be said, because I haven't seen other people say it.